Hello guys, this is Joe. For the video this week, I would like it to make it a little bit longer to go through some tutoring materials. We would like to make it into a series to communicate some insightful or educational content with you guys in the future. And then I would like to go through the Mine&Hold analysis article that we posted on the Medium to go through some brief concepts or some main idea about this article. So yeah, let's jump in. The first thing we would like to share is on the left-hand side, the tutoring material. On this tutorial material, you can see there's a little man, whatever name you want to call him, and also the whiteboard. So on the whiteboard, we teach you how to easily calculate how many dividends you could get in the first batch. So yeah, you can see we give you some like if you invested $5,000, and since HH price is around is $39, so you get about 128.21 blah 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 for your invested token. And since our rule is for every 10 HHG tokens you invested, you will receive additional HHG token, and such calculation result will run down to integer. So you can see in this part, 128.21 divided by 10 or equals to times 0.1 and round down to integer, the result will be 12. So the total HEG that you could acquire in the first batch will be 128.21 blah 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 plus this 12 HEG tokens as token dividends. So I think in this way, we could easily convey what we want to share with you, and I think this will become a series. So in the future, we might have some different tutorial material with you. So I think, yeah, stay tuned and hope you guys like it. And sure, please provide any feedback you have regarding this kind of like tutoring material. Is it good? Is it bad? Let us know. We would like to have some adjustment if you think it doesn't work well. The second part I would like to share with you is the Mine&Hold article we have posted on the Medium. And you could scan this QR code to bring you to the page. I think to go through this article is pretty important, especially for our investors and potential investors, because I think for the candidate we would like to invest in HAG, you're not caring only about the potential HAG price appreciation. You are also caring about the APY, the monthly distribution that could bring to you, because this is the holy grail for lots of investors in the market. Like investors, they are chasing for APY from the national debt, from fixed income, or different ETF that brings that quarterly dividends. And HAG, we have this distribution on a monthly basis, and also in the WBTC that make HAG differentiate from all the other products in the traditional markets. So I think to understand the power of Mine&Hold is especially important for our candidates, potential investors, and also our existing investors. So I would like to take some time to dive into this article. When you scan the QR code, it will bring you to this page. This is our official HAG Medium account, and we strongly recommend you guys to follow us to get the latest information. There are different segments in this article. So first is about introduction to talk about the summary and some briefing about this article. The next part is about how good the Bitcoin is compared to the fiat currency. So the brief summary for this part is Bitcoin is better than fiat currency, and this is especially the bloody true that Bitcoin could beat some fiat currency like the UK the GBP or Turkish lira or Japanese yen and many more countries in this world, because fiat currency somehow the amount of fiat currency is controlled by the government, which is has no fundamental value, right? But Bitcoin, right? The famous quote is that one Bitcoin equals to one Bitcoin. So Bitcoin is there, it's transparent. The total amount is fixed at 21 millions Bitcoin. So everything is transparent. So if that is true, Bitcoin could better defeat the inflation. Further, the products or financial instruments that built on the Bitcoin or the result is based on a Bitcoin basis, the yield is based on a Bitcoin basis, might somehow could defeat the financial products that give you the result, the yield based on the fiat currency. So yeah, I think important summary about this part is that Bitcoin is better than fiat currency, and the financial instrument that give you the Bitcoin or Bitcoin related kind of assets might be better than the financial instrument that give you the returns on the fiat currency. The next part is about transition to mining. We see some potential for the Web2 investors, especially institutional investor, to get into the Web3. I think this is especially obvious when the passage of Bitcoin spot ETF happened. Because the first thing they learned about the cryptocurrency when they get into the Web3 world is Bitcoin. So, because of humanity, they somehow have more trust or they are more willing to spend more time like related to the first thing they learned. So that is Bitcoin. So the products related to the Bitcoin or built on the Bitcoin ecosystem might somehow attract those Web2 investors' attention. This is the main point about this segment. Later on, we showcase some advantages of the mine and hold your Bitcoin compared to buy and hold your Bitcoin. The most obvious advantage is to acquire the Bitcoin at cost. Mine the Bitcoin, you are getting the Bitcoin at cost. It varied, depends on where do you mine the Bitcoin. It could range from the mining cost could range from like 15K to 30K, but overall it's still much cheaper than the 51K or 52K you could get in the secondary market right now. So this is the first advantages. And the second advantage is some like potential enhanced returns. Um, we do some calculations and we collect some market raw data. We taking the S19 Pro as our example. So if you invest about 9K around 9K back in July 2020, you could invest. The price of the Bitcoin at that time is about 9K plus. So you could buy it about like 319 S19 Pro at the time. So you so if you buy and hold the Bitcoin, the result will be in this blue line. And if you mine and hold the Bitcoin using S19 Pro, the result will be in the purple line. So I could tell uh, around January this year, the result will be about 3 plus like 300 more percent for the buying whole Bitcoin. But the mining whole ROI could get you about 800 more percent on the ROI. So you could tell like this is the demo case for you to know like how good the mine hole could bring you to quantitatively. And of course, since we do some calculations and collect the market raw data, so we get some assumptions here. Okay. The third point that we think mine hole could get some advantages is the mining servers itself get the intrinsic value. If you check the chart on the hash rate index, you could see the the price of the mining server is highly correlated to the price of Bitcoin. You can see the dotted lines here is the price of the mining servers, and the yellow lines here is the price of Bitcoin. You can see the highly correlated kind of relationships happens. And when the Bitcoin getting higher, somehow the price of the Bitcoin servers might get even higher than the Bitcoin itself, right? So the mining servers it got the intrinsic value. So and also the BTC that you mined is the BTC, right? So you kind of getting this kind of double exposure to the certain kind of underlying asset, which is Bitcoin. Okay, the four things we would like to share with you regard related to Mine&Hold advantages is mining give you dual revenue streams. The first is block rewards, which is 6.25 right now, but you are cutting by half after April this year, and also the transaction verification rewards for the miner. So, like there are lots of transactions happening around the ordinals or some BRC20 tokens. They need miners verifications to do the transactions. So we could collect those verification rewards they apply. So this kind of dual revenue streams somehow provide some diversifications in terms of the revenue we could get. And somehow if the ecosystem on the Bitcoin getting more hits, the verification rewards might somehow compensate the effect of the halving on the block rewards. But this is TBD. But somehow we might see the trend coming in the future. Next on my list is about institutional endorsement on the Mine&Hold. Not everyone know that BlackRock invests four leading mining company in the U.S. So I think this is kind of signal if those smart people in this large institutional investment company, they love mining and they do invest in mining. Somehow they give us some sense that maybe we could be confident in the mining. So overall, I think this is the 5 points that we think the advantages of the Mine&Hold. So I think I strongly recommend you guys to go through this article. It's not long. I think we like to make it compact, and we do have some insightful information and first-hand information in this article. So strongly recommend you guys to go through it. Last but not least, I think we are seeing more people willing to share their opinions toward the HAG in different language, in different jurisdictions. I think this is pretty good. I think we want to more people to know about us, and I think our voice is getting heard increasingly. And I believe there should be more people to learn about us. So yeah, let's make it louder. The ambassador programs continues. So I think we would like to invite everyone or every ambassador to keep our hard work to let more people know about us. So yeah, this is the content for this week. Thank you so much to go through these longer videos. Stay tuned and see you in the next week. Bye.